Alright, we're out at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Pircher, looking at doing windows, siding, and doors for them. We'll be doing a full tear-off. A lot of the siding is in pretty rough shape. Doing a full tear-off, we'll go back with an OSB board, 7/16 of an inch. We'll do our Tyvek, our seam tape, our flashing, and then actually put the Hardie system on top of that. They have a lot of areas where the siding runs into the ground, so doing that C-channel flashing on the bottom is going to be important to prevent the rot that we see now. It's going to be quite a bit of replacing of framing that we're going to have to do around the chimney and also on the base plate in the back. Switching it up to a Cedar Mill Select 8 1/4. We're not doing anything with porch ceiling and the soffit as far as the Hardie. Those will just be kind of reconditioned, caulked and sealed and painted. So starting here on the front, we got these windows here that will be replaced with Renewal by Andersen Series 1. We got that little capping above here that will all be Hardie plank. Fascia overlay, we'll leave the drip edge alone. The roof is new, so we don't want to disrupt the metal drip or the regular drip, the wood drip. These 4 outriggers, they're in really rough shape, so those basically will snip those off, replace it with lumber, and then do a full wrap on the exposed edge, not the trailing edge under the porch, but on that exposed edge, we'll wrap those in Hardie. Again, fascia overlay all the way around, and going to a horizontal instead of a vertical. All the window trim, door trim, corner trim will all be of a Hardie product, whether 1x4. Freeze board will be a 1x2 Hardie. Here you can see the left side. We got some corner separation up here. We got about 4 areas on the fascia that we'd have to fix before we actually install the fascia. Got some critters making a home right there, so they won't be able to get on the get in through the Hardie once that gets up. Here you can see the rot around the base plate on the chimney, and the back side of this is in pretty rough shape too. Got some more separation up there, the fascia that would have to be corrected before we do our overlay. Gable vents will stay. Those will get treated just like a window, and we'll do a full wrap around those. Now coming around to the back here, this would be looking at the front door. Also, this is an 8-foot right here sliding door, so that would be addressed. We have these windows here. We talked about making these a single glider, so we're still going to look at that as an option. We're scheduling a follow-up visit for the 23rd, I believe, at the showroom. Here, nice and easy, just straight wall. You can see there's been several repairs done, but again, here's where we have this siding coming so close to the ground. We need to make sure that C-channel flashing and all the weather barriers are in place to prevent the rot behind the OSB and onto the OSB actually. These 4x4x8 posts will be replaced and then wrapped in Hardie. You can see here's another window system. We talked about making a glider. And there's the back side of that chimney. You may not be able to see with the sun being so bright, but it's in real bad shape. So that's going to probably require some framing work there. Here you can see along the bottom, the skirt here, where the base plate is rotten and the siding's just gone. So that will need to be addressed, obviously, as part of this. And then here, this is probably the best condition here, is just a single gable end. We got, again, some corner separation on this corner of the fascia, but basically that will all be fixed before we do our fascia overlay. And then again, this gable end is pretty straightforward. Full tear off, obviously. We can't leave this masonite stuff on. It's just to the studs, so I don't even see any sheathing. If anything, there's some felt paper, but I can't even see that, so it may just be directly to the studs. So it's important for structural integrity as well as insulating capability that we put on some sheathing and then the Hardie plank over that. So that's what we're looking at. We talked all about painting versus Color Plus and why that's the right solution. Talked about the windows, and again, we look forward to the follow-up visit at the showroom. So again, Mr. and Mrs. Pircher, we appreciate your guys' time today, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the showroom. Thanks so much.